everyone, welcome back to Obscurus Lupa Presents. We haven't talked about a werewolf movie in a while, let's do that. Eyes of the Werewolf is a 1999 horror movie featuring Stephanie Beaton, a scream queen who is actually not that well known for her scream. If by chance you've heard of her, it's likely you're more familiar with her assets. She was also one of the replacement detectives in the Witchcraft sequels. Witchcraft keeps coming up in my life for some reason. Oh, Witchcraft, I wish I knew how to quit you. The plot here is simple. Rich Stevens is blinded in a science accident, so he gets replacement eyes in a miracle surgery that gives him his sight back. Unfortunately, those eyes happen to come from a werewolf, thus giving him the curse. Eyes of the Werewolf. Yeah, you probably didn't think the title was so literal, did ya? Okay, let's hit it out of the ballpark with the opening sequence, don't fuck it up yet. Oh, and it's a cutout moon with a fake tree branch. Swing and a miss. Well, the werewolf probably looks alright. Oh my gosh, yes. It's better than I could have ever imagined. It's like the ending of Howling 7, but stretched out to a little over an hour. This can only lead to good things. Alright, Eyes of the Gorilla Dog Werewolf, show us your A-game.
There he is!
That's not your A-game, movie.
Hey, buddy. Good job sticking your neck out for your friends. I'm hilarious!
And the last angry geek returns from his role in Howling 7 to take revenge on the beast. Let's see how he does. He heads him off at the pass and ooh, he's given the face massage of death. That's gotta sting.
Hey, let's get rid of those bags under your eyes. That's almost a play on words.
You know, I'm finding it really hard to justify your high school production quality here, movie. I mean, you don't have to fake the moon. It already exists and everything. Maybe if they actually shot this at night, it'd be a little easier. But thank God they fake those moon shots to keep the lighting consistent. Otherwise, that would have totally taken me out of the movie.
Jeez, I don't think this guy is human.
Really? What clued you in, pal? So these bozos are stealing organs for an evil doctor, leading me to wonder why specifically they had to hunt down and kill this werewolf, and decide to take only the papier-mâché head in because their boss just wants eyes this week. Seems like a waste of a perfectly good corpse there, but hey, I'm not a mad scientist. And the sneaking suspicion that this was edited on 2 stacked VCRs? Confirmed! I'm not gonna say the stock text is dated, but this was not 1983, people. This was almost the new millennium. Just let that sink in for a moment. Also, those beakers are clearly just the bottoms of 2 soda bottles. And that's all the establishing we need, apparently. Rich has his new eyes and is waiting to heal up after surgery. And I mean, come on, they used Bactine and everything. He's gotta have the top doctor in the country. So Rich lost his sight in a tragic multicolored smoke explosion that apparently caused acid to splash into his eyes via tubes in his hands. I mean, he lost them to science!
So you're the one who transplanted my new eyes?
Yes, as a nurse guard just pointed out, a bit prematurely, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but it seemed like the right thing to do.
Ah, exposition framing. The best framing. My focus goes right to Stephanie Beaton's elbow, just as it should. So this is Dr. Atwill, which gives me the perfect opportunity to reference an online series Neil Dixon starred in. Get it? 'Cause he was in She-Wolf of London? I didn't have any other clips of Atwill to show. I just thought Kate Hodge was getting too much screen time. And she's already got the bigger frame photo in my room. Sorry, Neil.
It was all my fault. A research chemist knows he's got to be careful.
It was an accident. And don't torture yourself.
I'm such a fool.
No, you're not. You're a warm, sensitive man. And I'm gonna miss you so much when you're gone.
Sandra, you don't realize what you mean to me.
You know, I realize that some time has passed for the characters, but this is only the second scene we've seen these two in. This literally takes place 40 seconds after the scene I just played. You might want to actually show them having a real conversation or something before starting the romance. Actually, you might want to show us some scenes of the characters doing anything at all. We know absolutely nothing about anyone at this point. And an uncomfortable sex scene follows. you want to see it, buy the DVD. I will say this though, scoring the porntastic sex scene with melancholy piano music? Not sure if that was the right choice. But hey, that's 2.5 minutes of screen time that I don't have to talk about. Thanks, Eyes of the Werewolf.
Sandra, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
I'm married.
You are?
Well, that's awkward timing. What a warm, sensitive man. And he's acting like Sandra is the one at fault for not taking this seriously. You kinda didn't tell her about your marriage, dude. But maybe his wife is a total bitch or something. He's been in the hospital for a few weeks now, and I guess she's never bothered to check in on him. Oh well, those chemical accidents that melt your eyes are no biggie.
Didn't you think I knew? You're still wearing your wedding ring.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about this scene then.
You've performed a miracle, Dr. Atwell. You might be the only real genius I've ever known.
What an odd compliment, Rich. Wait, his wife didn't even bother to pick him up? What, is she busy accepting the Worst Wife Ever award?
Oh, so they let you out already?
Yeah.
Well, that's just great, isn't it? So let me see. They look pretty ugly.
Yeah, whatever, bitch.
Where you going?
Out.
Well, who are you going out with, huh?
Not that she isn't a terrible person, Rich, but I'm not sure you can take the moral high ground here, what with you sexing up Nurse Beaton and all. Since he's got nothing else to do, he decides to visit his old friend Werewolf Chow.
You know, I meant to come over and visit you in a hospital.
Man, he really had no one that cared about him, did he?
That brand of lipstick became real popular. Yeah, same one as Rita was wearing when she left the house.
And I should know, I'm familiar with every lipstick brand just by color. So yeah, his wife and McFriendington were doing the Werewolf of London together. Everybody betray him, he fed up with this world.
Don't bleed on the carpet, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, leave your stupid blood in your pocket. To be fair, Rich, again, you cheated on her too. But I guess we're supposed to sympathize with Rich or something. Oh look, he's watching a movie that has the same production values as this one. Weird, huh? But unlucky for him, he can't watch that movie anymore because he's stuck in this one. The painting of the full moon draws high in the middle of the day, as moon paintings are wont to do, leading to the most lackluster of transformations. Just wow. Hey, they superimposed the moon in that shot. They could do it this whole time. Man, if I actually knew how to play this, I'd be having a whole lot more fun here. No! My only regret is I never learned to play guitar! Ugh. That mask looks great, though. Ugh. Now a real shot of the moon? Come on, movie. Consistency is all I ask. Wow, either I got really drunk or I turned into a terrible Halloween costume last night. Well, I guess all he needs now is to meet up with some 70s-looking little person to help him out. 'Cause that's the direction all these movies go in, right?
Are you lost?
Yeah, 'cause that'd totally be my first reaction. Come on in, don't mind the satanic ritual going on, nothing weird here. By the way, if you've got any tacky Halloween masks to spare, I'm starting up a montage on the bulletin board back there.
Would you like some water?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Come on, Rich, just be a little aware of your surroundings. He's giving you water in a goblet. Oh yeah, and his bathroom lost in a green hell dimension? That's totally normal. Get cleaned up? Awesome, that'll make it easier for us when we sacrifice you to Xenu tonight.
Andros, I might have killed someone.
Okay, you've got two crazy people here, and neither one of them are asking questions. You think this might be how it'd turn out if, like, Jason and Michael accidentally met up trying to kill the same person? I bet that'd be awkward. But seriously, why is Andros helping Rich escape the police now? And why would he assume they were coming there unless he had something to not hide very well? Wait, the plan was just run for it? That's not a very good escape strategy, Andros. But luckily, Rich is cool as ice when a homicide detective shows up to ask questions.
It's about a friend of yours. Your wife found his body early this morning.
Friend? Dead?
Me speak like caveman?
What happened to him?
He was murdered.
Murdered?
I'm afraid so.
Yeah, but that can't be. I just saw him yesterday.
Yeah, people always disappear like 3 days before they're murdered.
Siad-Mac, what are you doing out there?
Just passing by.
Come on in.
Oh, so Siad-Mac was just passing by. As in, just standing there in his yard, staring at his blinds. Of course. Also, Siad-Mac. Siad-Mac is Rich's friend, I guess, who writes occult books and is possibly supposed to be zany. He tells Rich that he saw him running around as a werewolf, though how he knew the werewolf was Rich is anyone's guess. He wants to interview him for his new book, and Rich very politely asks him to leave.
Can I call you a cab?
If you insist.
Oh, I insist. Talk to you, Sandra, when I come in for my consultation, okay?
Don't hang up on my account. I mean, I'm only your wife!
I don't think either one of these two know how cheating works. This is followed by Rita threatening to tell the cop he murdered Guitar Man if he doesn't let her stay. I fail to see why she wants to stay with him, but, whatever, we all know what's coming. Hang on, there's 2 full moons this month? How does that work? I bet he's just really depressed because of the way his face folds whenever he moves. Hey, I finally got that smoke machine working! Oh no, puppet! So, once again, Rich ends up in the same field outside of Andros's house. Guess that's lucky. Andros takes him in again, and the two of them come to the conclusion that he's a werewolf, but Rich has a hard time believing it.
I've researched the occult for many years.
You? No! But you're so subtle about it! Kudos for trying, though. The actors do pretty well in these scenes, given what they have to work with. Eventually, they come to the conclusion that Rich was cursed because of his eye transplant.
Thank you so much, Andros. But why are you helping me?
Let's just say this, Rich. I know what it's like to be different.
Ha, but all joking aside, that was kind of a neat character moment. It's time for Rich to confront Dr. Director here, but in a very polite way.
Something's happened to me since the surgery.
Well, why don't you sit down and we'll discuss it?
I'd rather stand, thank you.
You turned me into a werewolf. I respectfully disagree. I think I'll murder you, but I appreciate your tone. I'm not gonna say this doctor was shady, but he probably would have done better work if he didn't steal organs and set up shop in his own house.
I'll see you later, Dr. Atwill.
What a nice young man. Come on, this is the clinic. You could have tried to make it look less like the director's house. They didn't even bother to clear out his garage for this. Sandra helps him escape and they randomly return to the other set they had. It matches perfectly. Realizing his wife's body isn't even cold yet, they know what to do. And 4 minutes of screen time wasted. Just dreaming about the full moon changes him now? It's still the middle of the day! Wow, it's so stupid looking, I'm in shock! I'm confused. Shouldn't she recognize him like that one dude who wanted to interview him?
And do you think he's gonna come back here, Lieutenant? I mean, Justine?
Probably not. Look, Sandra, I know this is highly unorthodox and unprofessional, but...
What is it, Justine?
Would you like to get together sometime?
Now where is this plot coming from? Highly unorthodox and unprofessional? It's a murder investigation. I'm not sure the mood is right for a romance. Also, what? Then Rich murders the doctor. Hey, wait a minute. Doctors don't wear their stethoscopes home. Meanwhile, good ol' Siad-Mac is apparently buddies with Andros and gives him a call.
Rich! You don't know how glad I am to hear your voice. I've been on the phone all day looking for you.
Oh man, on the phone all day? You must have been looking really hard, Siad-Mac. But he also knows about the organ trafficking scheme Atwill was involved with. Why? How? He didn't think to mention this to anyone? Also, I'm trying to figure out what Atwill's motive actually was here. Stealing the organs makes them cheaper, I guess, but Rich didn't even know he was getting the transplant. Did Atwell do it without asking and then charge him for it? And it can't be to save lives. He knows murder is involved in getting the organs. It can't be for prestige either. He kept what he was doing top secret. I don't get it.
Aren't either of you afraid of me at all?
Not in the daylight.
Not even at night.
Yeah, that's really smart thinking. And by that I mean it's the opposite. So they just leave the body parts lying around all over the place? That's not gonna preserve them very well. I mean, they were just putting the organs into empty tubs anyway, but these things have a pretty limited shelf life.
We have to go to the police.
Oh, police?
There's no way we could give them an anonymous tip or anything. That's why we had to go in and leave our fingerprints all over the crime scene. They're spotted, and Organ McBaldington makes chase. And I mean, they're in the middle of the sticks. There's nowhere close by where they'd be safe. Except for, like, that busy highway over there. But there's plenty of open space to run in, so our heroes have a good head start. Or C. Odd Matt could go the worst possible route. You know, in the B-movie characters with silly names pool, C. Odd Mac, you are no Rousdower. Except for the fingers in front of the lens, I find nothing wrong with these shots. Raimi-esque, I would call them. Yes, this gets the Obscurus Lupa seal of approval. I know there were other guys with him, but I guess I have time to do this. Wait, my silly filter senses are tingling. Why was he hanging out behind the same tree this whole time anyway? He had time to book it. Oh yeah, now was the most opportune time to do that.
Andrews! 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 Andrews!
Gone! Wait, what the hell? He can just summon the moon now? I didn't know that heads bounced like that. And I learned something. Meanwhile, the detective shows up at Sandra's house to awkwardly hit on her again. If you thought this was a contrived excuse for the werewolf to go after her, you're right!
Hey, what's up, guy? Hey, wait a minute.
I'm sorry, but this werewolf just looks sad. I tried, but it's depressing to look at. I actually feel sorry for it, and not in the way the filmmakers intended. And I guess Sandra loves the detective now? I don't know. Aw, that's silly. Wait. Maybe I'm missing the deeper meaning here. The eyes were Rich's vice, because he was looking too much at his work when he should have been paying attention to his home life. Then he was watching Sandra. He had a lust for her that he could not return because she was pretty loose, let's face it. Knowing now that he can't have her love, he rips out what undid him, despite that not actually being a cure. He proceeds to throw himself off of a small hill because the movie's over. In the end, 'twas stupid killed the beast. The end? I guess the main problem I had with this movie is that it isn't clear what kind of story it's trying to tell. I suppose it's a horror film, but werewolf stories, at least the good ones, aren't about horror. The thing that separates them from other ghouls and goblins is the fight between the human side and the beast within. Basically, it's a character story. But Rich isn't really that sympathetic, so I don't feel bad for him dying in the end. And he's not interesting enough as a character. Neither is the doctor or the organ trafficking guy, which really don't amount to much. As for the romantic aspects, both stories come out of nowhere, and Rich's friendship with Andros is basically limited to a few lines that aren't exposition. There are elements here that could have worked, but it isn't fleshed out enough for any of them to go anywhere. However, the costume is pretty hilarious, and the werewolf sequences are funny to watch. If you're looking to kill some time, this won't disappoint you. But next week, we're gonna cover a real horror film. Stay tuned.
Many remember the tale of the orphan and the grumpy grandparent.
Yo-ho! Go away!
Well, this time, all of the characters are played by dogs. This wholesome, entertaining movie isn't just for people who love classic children's literature. It's for dog lovers and for lovers of good, old-fashioned storytelling.
Don't bleed on the carpet, you fucking idiot.